Welcome along to episode 772 of the Milk Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever. And coming up on the show this week, we'll be having an natter with Scott Bird, all about what's going on with the Spotlight magazine that's been released by the Grand and the amazing stories behind the shows you can find in there. We'll be catching up with the cast of Beauty and the Beast from Willenhall Musical Theatre. Also having a natter with Brownhills Musical Theatre about Oklahoma. Jessica Law is along to let us know about her books. She's got a couple of kids' books out there, one of which is her brand new release, The Rattling Bog, finding out all about that. Plus, we'll be hearing from the charity Tenovus and the support they get from those who are running the London Marathon this year. That's all on the way on the show this week.
Welcome to the Milk Bar. 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 Welcome to the Milk Bar.
Now, Oklahoma is a word that very often you feel like singing. Brownhills Musical Theatre Company will be doing exactly that at the Literal Garage between the 7th and the 11th of May. I've got three of their number with me now. If I remember in the right order, we have Emma, Connor and Philippa. Hello!
Hello!
Tell us a bit about your part.
I'm playing Laurie, the lead female in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
She's gutsy, fiery, grown up on a farm, lives with her Aunt Ella, and this is my love interest. There's a bit of a love triangle going on, but I'll get to more of that later.
But you certainly know how to pack a picnic basket.
Yes, and a hamper.
Yes, that's the important part.
Yes.
Now, there's somebody we already know is committed to the role seriously, because that perm isn't his normal look.
No.
Are you pleased with it? Are you happy?
I am very happy. Yes, very happy. It's a new look, one that shocked my wife, but she'll get over it. She'll be fine.
Did you not tell her beforehand?
She knew it was happening.
Okay, but did the reality somewhat?
Yeah, it sunk in afterwards.
Yeah. So tell us more about.
So my character's called Curly. As you probably guessed from the hair. He's the male lead and the love interest of Laurie. He and Laurie they've always been sort of sweethearts, but neither of them really want to admit it. He's quite cocky, funny, and he's just trying to win Laurie over without actually having the guts to ask her out, really, in a nutshell.
I do play hard to get quite a lot as well, as a woman would do.
Part of the fun of the show, isn't it? And the great way the story unfolds with some amazing songs, and I mean, you two get to carry a lot of that singing stuff.
Yeah,
it is a big sing. Yeah,
big sings, and
Yes.
A couple together, which is nice. And again, the two songs we have together, they show the change of the characters and how they develop from that sort of give and take, playing hard to get to how it develops later in the show, which is really nice.
Yeah, so you're also actually avoiding spoilers, which I'm quite impressed by.
Yes, we're really trying hard.
That's good. Okay, Emma, you're not going to be upstaged by these two, are you?
Well, I'm playing Adoane, so I'm different to Philippa's role as Laurie. Yeah.
And she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just put it out there.
But how do you see your character? I mean,
She's just fun. She's just a fun character to actually perform, and the cast, obviously, they just bring it all together.
Because this is actually a fun musical, isn't it?
Absolutely.
There's no storyline here which is going to leave you anything other than smiling after a couple of minutes at the very least. So
It's that classic Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, really. And it was a massive one when it first came out on Broadway in America. So, one that we've really all enjoyed doing. Fun, lots of chorus, lots of dancing, singing, funny moments as well as heartfelt moments. So it's...
Particularly with Adoane.
Yes.
Adoane and one of her love interests, Will, really bring.
What off? I mean, you're giving the game away there.
Well, it's another love triangle.
Were you typecast?
Well, I'm not going to say anything.
But with the songs in the show, I think it's traditional we ask you which is the favourite, so because they are big numbers. We'll start with you.
I'd say, as in my favourite to sing, or just in general?
Up to you. I'll let you choose which you want
I'd
to go
say,
with.
my favourite one to sing is probably Many a New Day. It's just, I remember singing it when I was younger in concerts at school. I'd say my favourite one in the whole show is probably Emma's number. I think Emma's number's fantastic.
No pressure on how you sing it now. And what is that number?
Ooh. I can't say now. Exactly.
Yeah, again,
Exactly.
typecasting. So, next.
I think my favourite song on the show, I'm not going to say it because the title of the song is a bit of a spoiler, but it's one that I sing with another character. But the one that I absolutely love is Oh What a Beautiful Morning, to open the show with. It's the classic song. If you ask Oklahoma what do they associate, it's Oh What a Beautiful Morning. And to make it even more nervous, it's what opens the show, and it's me. So it's scary, but I absolutely love it. So.
Yeah, making the most of it. Curly hair, you've got the lot.
Oh yeah, got a lot. Why not?
Okay, is your favourite song your song?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I mean, I do love absolutely everyone's performances, singing their songs, but my favourite one is Kansas City.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that one. It's just a feel-good. It's just a funny song.
So it's going to be absolutely huge. It's going to be an amazing musical. It is Brownhills Musical Theatre. Okay, who knows how to get tickets? How do we get tickets?
You can go on the Lichfield Garrick website, www.lichfieldgarrick.com. Ticket prices and information is on there. Looking forward to seeing you.
Okay.
Alternatively, you can call the box office or go to the box office.
Go on,
itself,
box office number.
And if that's a really good question.
01543 412 121.
What you said.
So give them a shout,
Yeah.
grab your tickets, come along and see the show. You're all going to be amazing, I know that. I've never seen a bad show by Brownhills Musical Theatre because I don't think you've got it in you to produce anything other than perfect. So
thank you.
it's going to be an amazing one. Have a brilliant time, break a leg,
Thank you.
and enjoy a picnic hamper along the way.
Yes,
Thank you very
definitely. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
Jessica Law has a children's book which is out there now in the wild for all to enjoy, and she joins me now to tell a little bit about what's going on there and what else she's up to. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Yes, the book's called The Rattling Bog, and it's based on the traditional Irish folk song that children often use to while away long hours on car journeys. But I've the one where there's a branch on a tree, and the tree in the bog, and the bog down in the valley. But I've tweaked the words slightly to make it more educational. So now it's actually about some of the animals that you might see in a real peat bog, and sort of life cycles in nature. So from a seed to a tree, an egg hatches into a bird. And at the end of the book, there's some sort of fun facts as well, which just tell you a bit more about peat bogs and the wildlife that live in them.
Tell us a bit about your background and how you came to write this, because is this your first children's book?
No, it's my second children's book. My first one is called A Hole in the Bottom of the Sea, and that's also based on a public domain children's folk tune of the same title. So you're probably sensing a theme here. But then I've changed the words to that one to make it about the marine food chain. So basically, I'm just trying to get children to appreciate nature and learn facts about animals and different habitats, but crucially through the medium of song, so it just sticks in their head forever and they just can't forget it.
That sounds like a brilliant way of doing it. And how did you come to writing in the first place? Because this is something you do alongside your many other interests as well.
Yes. Well, I actually worked in, so my publisher is Barefoot Books. And in 2012, I was working in their flagship bookshop in Oxford. It's closed now, but I was just working on the shop floor selling books, and I got to know the editorial team who worked on the floor above. And one day I just thought, I'm just going to send them a speculative CV and an example of my writing. And I've actually got a biology degree, and it just so happened that they wanted someone with a science background to write a book about sea creatures for them. So it was just, me being cheeky, putting myself out there, and it paid off.
Well, all stemming from your time, though, at Wolverhampton Girls High School, where you started off your educational career, then off to Oxford, as you say. But now you're living in Cambridge. This is a confusing world you live in.
No, well, it's even more confusing because I've moved to Cheltenham Spa.
Wow, you're moving about everywhere.
Well, it's I go where the work is, and I moved here for a job in the publishing industry.
When you're sort of compiling work, I'm saying books to your name and a foray into the world of kids' books with folk music thrown in for good measure. It's an interesting world to sort of bring to life for kids, and the artwork in the books helps to do that as well, doesn't it?
Yes. So for the Rattling Bog, it was illustrated by Brian Fitzgerald, who's an Irish illustrator, and I just loved his drawings. They just breathed so much life and humour into the images, and there's so many little details, so you can just go through it noticing something new every single time. And also, although they're sort of, nice cartoonish sort of illustrations, you can tell that they're real peat bog species as well. So you've got the lizards, different species of birds, you've got curlews and lapwings, and the sundew plant, which is a sort of a carnivorous plant. And so you can tell that he really cares about making sure it's scientifically accurate and true to life, and that he cares about, peat bogs and his local environments too. And I think that's really important when you're collaborating with someone.
Yeah, absolutely. And as they say, it's the vibrancy of the pictures that will draw them in to start off with. Then the words will intrigue them. Then the fact the songs in there, as you say, will make this stay in their heads. And does this mean there's a whole series of folk songs that you've still got running around your own head that are going to escape?
Well, I certainly hope so. I've got to think of the follow-up now. But I just, because I'm a folk musician as well, alongside the children's books, and these traditional folk songs, they've got these really long, complicated stories, but you remember them because it's in the song, it rhymes, and so it's a good way of getting things to stick in your head, definitely.
Absolutely. So we can expect more from you in the future, but where do we find your published works, whether we want to find out about sea creatures or whether we're actually looking for the kids' books?
Okay, well, you can look on the Barefoot Books website, so you get them directly from the source, or in the UK, you can order them online via Waterstones. They're also, they might even be in your local bookshop. I've been wandering around Cheltenham all day with sample copies of the book, trying to get my local bookshops to order them in. But it's for sale on all online book vendors. Waterstones is our preference, or the Barefoot Book website. But you can just get it anywhere.
Well, Debbie, it would be great to see you in the bookshops of Wolverhampton. Yeah, your home city, and get you the notoriety you need around the streets of Wolver.
Yes, that's my next stop is trying to get all the shops in Wolverhampton to stock them, and then I'll probably come in and sign them if they do.
That'd be good. That's a great way of doing it too. Well, fantastic stuff. Have you got a website?
The best way to find out my exploits is to follow me on social media. So I'm on Instagram at Jessica the Law, and then it's the same handle on Twitter.
So, or X, as we're calling it this week. So,
yes.
That's
keep up, I can't.
It's hard. Well, you're too busy writing stories about bogs and singing folk songs. That's what does it. But there you go. Jessica, lovely to meet up with you. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing your books in the shops of your hometown in the not too distant future. But for now, go out and grab the work of Jessica Law for your 3 through 7-year-olds and beyond. You'll enjoy it yourself. And get that tune stuck in your head as you tell the tale of a very boisterous bog.
Yes, I hope you have a rattling time as you learn about the rattling bog.
Jessica, thanks for joining us, and I'll see you soon. Willenhall Musical Theatre are back in action from the 23rd to the 28th of April. They're going to be at the Dumpster Mill Theatre. They won't get to have cups of tea during the show, but they will be able to entertain you with Beauty and the Beast. I've got a number of the gang here now. Apparently this is Principals. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Right, okay, I'm going to start over my shoulder and find out who you are and what you're doing.
Hello, I'm Daniel. I'm playing the Beast.
There we go. Typecasting. Next.
I'm Jade and I'm Belle.
I'm Craig and I'm playing Cogsworth.
I'm Will and I'm playing Lumiere.
I can see that, yeah. And finally?
And I'm Simon, I'm playing Mrs. Potts. No, Gaston.
So, Edwin and Board, it's a fun show with some fantastic songs. That's the start. What's it like being a Beast in this?
Nothing that's not usual, to be fair.
You're looking forward to the makeup?
Yeah, I thought I was actually getting away with it because last year I did Shrek, and I was completely covered, and then the makeup artist has literally just told me that they're going to completely cover my face in prosthetics again.
So they want you on stage, but they don't want to see you.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
They've got to hide the beauty, haven't they?
Yeah,
that's probably what it is.
Yeah,
and with the show, obviously, you've got sporadic appearances, really, haven't you? It's a bit of an odd one.
Yeah, it is a very strange show. It makes it very difficult to learn the lines because it's very like on, off, and literally I've been doing the tea for the last 6 months because I don't do anything with the cast. Yeah.
It's good quality tea making.
Yes.
That's what counts. But you get to be on a lot more, don't you?
I do, yes. It's a really busy show for Belle, especially Act 2. We realised that Craig was pointing out that I'm barely off stage.
Yeah.
When I am off stage, I'm getting changed. So.
To be back on stage
Yes.
in less time than it takes to get changed.
Yes, basically. But no, it's lots of fun.
Now, you're looking forward to it?
Hugely so, yeah. It's been a very long time since I've been on stage, so I am really, really excited.
But this is, I think, we're still suffering a bit from the whole lag from COVID and all that, aren't we? For the fact that not everything has happened yet, and everyone's a bit outsourced, but still loving the fact that you're back doing stuff. And when you're up there, what are you going to be thinking of? Are you going to be just powering through, impressing the audience with everything?
Oh, 100%. For me, I'm much the same as Jade. I've had quite a few years off now. I've been doing a lot of backstage stuff with Willenhall now for the last few years. So for me, it's great to be back on. I love this role. It's so much fun. It's great to be the kind of straight man for Will on those then, and it's so much energy, and it's a great cast. They're all such a laugh.
So this means, Will, you've got to be funny again by the sounds of it.
Are you trying to say that my part's camp?
It's not like you at all, is it, Will?
Straight man. It's very good, Jason. I'll tell you what, I need to go on holiday after this. I might go to Paris.
I wouldn't use the accent.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't use his pronunciations of the French words either.
But it's there to give a flavour, though, isn't it?
It is.
It's more the part of being a candlestick than it is about the French accent.
Yes, I get to light my wick every night. It's fabulous. It's great. No, it's a really good part, and it's a lot of great.
But the only thing is, it's you're going to be showing off the guns the whole time, aren't you? Because the arms are in the air. Is that not going to hurt?
Been working.
Yeah. Okay. You've got a couple of weeks. See what you can do.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. And Simon. So apart from drinking tea, what moments are the best?
Is that tea?
It's positively bland, isn't it?
Actually, it's quite. I like my tea strong but milky, but that's got no tea in it, has it?
It's got nothing in it.
No.
No.
Milk's
Yeah. I just poured all the milk in. That's it.
Yeah, there's not for anybody else now for the rest of the rehearsals, so there's going to be trouble. But I mean, what's your favourite bit of your role?
Really, again, being the bad guy, you can really get your teeth stuck into it and just go way over the top. I think that the villain parts are the best parts, aren't they? You can have so much fun with it and just do what you want with it. And
you want to be hated by the audience by the end of the night?
I am already, but I might as well. And the cast. But yeah, it's
about all the milk.
This is it, yeah. But yeah, it's just so much fun and bouncing off all these guys and just really playing it up to the audience and everything. So
I mean, it's a pretty well-known story. I mean, there are Disney action figures for it, so it's going to be a pretty well-known story. But I still think it's a bit of fun, and not only will kids watch the DVD multiple times, you can have audience members who come back to see you guys perform all the songs multiple times as well, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And costumes are looking awesome, are they? Have you had fittings yet?
We've had fittings, but we haven't seen. We've been measured, but we haven't seen any.
They're being made brand new.
Okay. Yeah, they have to make allowances for you.
They're exclusive for us.
Yeah,
so
which
really
is nice.
Exciting.
It's always better when you wear a lot of prosthetics that never been anywhere near anyone else, isn't it? Yeah. So the Shrek outfits, they're not so much fun, are they?
Hopefully, it won't be as hot as the Shrek outfits.
Yeah.
Nice thing about Shrek, you don't have to change though. You're just saying one outfit the entire show. There's a lot of changes in this one.
Yeah,
getting your transformations.
Transformations as well.
That's the most scary part, to be honest. I've got to become a handsome prince. I'm not sure how.
Some might get confused. They might think it's gone wrong.
They love him. The audience love him. Yeah, the whole. Anyway, so tickets. Who's doing tickets? Jade. Tickets from? Where'd you get tickets?
From ct.co.uk/beauty. There we go. I did it.
Professional.
Professional.
No one will spot the joins in the edit. But it's going to be good fun. Will, you can give us the location and the times and stuff.
So it's at the Mill Theatre in Sedgley, which is the Dormston School. Tickets are very, very limited now, especially for the weekend.
Friday, Saturday,
and Sundays. So there's literally a couple at the back. But yeah, get them. They're only £16.
That's good
so
value.
£4 cheaper than last year.
Really good
There we
value.
go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And new costumes and everything.
And new costumes, yeah.
It's going to be worth it. They are wonderful. They are Willenhall Musical Theatre Company. As we've said, it is the Dormston Mill Theatre in Sedgley. It's the 23rd through to the 28th of April. Get your tickets. See the guys. Don't break a wick. What will you? Be careful.
Don't break a wick.
Don't break the pen.
Don't break the pen.
No.
Don't break the wick.
But do break a leg.
Yes. I'll be our guest.
Oh.
The latest Spotlight magazine is available from Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre, and I'm with Scott Bird now, who's going to tell me quite what's going on and about the amazing content. Hello, sir.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you keeping?
Yeah, really good. This has rolled around again.
Yeah, no, it seems like 5 minutes since the last time we were talking about stuff.
Yes.
And last time, the things we were talking about at the end of the brochure are now the things which are at the front and are about to happen.
Yes.
So it's all rather exciting.
Yeah, and this is the delivery that we've just taken
You've got a
today.
huge stack of brochures there.
Yeah, here they all are. We've put some of them away, but we're going to carry on again tomorrow because there's quite a few of them.
The work continues, but they've also been delivered by post out to people as well, haven't they?
Yes, yeah.
Because I got mine yesterday.
Good, and they should be arriving on doormats imminently. So yeah.
And absolutely loads in it, and this is worthy of a place on a shelf in a newsagent. So there's that much stuff to read in there.
Yes.
And not only does it tell you about all the shows, but the people behind the shows as well. And I think that's the labour of love for you guys, isn't it, putting the interviews together?
Yes, yeah. It's always been, we always sort of enjoyed putting the brochure together, but then actually now this is more of a magazine, as you say. So this is our 7th issue, which again feels like we've only been doing it a year or so, but sort of 4 years in now, the magazine really has come into its own, and we've gone for a different sort of feel to the cover this time. It's like a matte finish, but it feels very luxe.
It does. It's rather good.
I like to do this.
But I mean, this time last year, we were getting Craig Revel-Horwood to sign copies of it.
Yeah, we were.
And it was shiny. And,
Yes.
so it was harder to sign. These are easier for autograph hunters.
Yes, so Cruella de Vil, who when she comes round,
Yeah.
if you can dare face Cruella, then maybe she'll sign this copy. But we've got Ian and Tam on the back as well, of course, from the Panto. So and lots more inside. So should we take a look?
I think we should take a little explore, because
Yes.
there's a welcome note from Adrian. There
he is.
So he says hi,
does.
but there's lots of shows to talk about, and one that's not too far away, and that's the boy at the back of the class. And when we spoke about this last time, we were sort of starting to hear what this show is about, and now, having spoken to the author of the book that it's based on, it sounds awesome.
Yes, yeah, it's really, we're really excited for this one. So of course, Anjali Kurov, who wrote the original book, it's won many awards.
Loads.
Don't ask me. There's loads of them, but it's for the first time it's been translated to the stage, and I know Anjali has seen it in multiple venues, and we're hoping that she's going to be joining us here as well in Wolverhampton. So that's
She was threatening to when I spoke to her.
Yes,
so that's all good.
So and then of course on the page next to it is Life of Pi, which we also have behind us. Which
Yes.
we're very excited for. Another book to
and
stage
lovely local
adaptation.
links on this one.
Yes, Akash here, who is the puppeteer of the head of the tiger, who you can't quite see on there because obviously the tiger is taking
because you're not supposed to see
him. Has lived in Wolverhampton for much of his life, so we're really excited to welcome Akash home.
So literally home, and we'll pop round for tea after the show.
Yes, the tiger who came to tea. Probably,
Yeah, that could work.
Literally, yeah. So then we have Love Never Dies from Wee Boss, West Bromwich Operatic, back with their sequel to Phantom of the Opera.
But opposite the Spotlight podcast, but you're glossing over the work that you do there as well.
Yeah. So we've launched our new podcast now. That's live on Spotify as well. So there was an episode with Michael Greco that's just gone out, and we're talking more about 12 Angry Men, which is here in May on the podcast very soon. And we've got some guests who work here at the Grand Theatre as well. We've got Ray Tizard there, who's one of our associate directors for the stage.
Ray, the legend Tizard, I think you need to include.
So look out for that episode. He's talking about being on the Royal Variety Show 5 times, I think he said.
Yeah.
He's done 5 Royal Varieties with Joe Pasquale, Brian Conley. Actually, he was just at the Palladium with the 4 of them last week.
He's absolutely amazing, just like everybody here.
He's still going. He balances working here with performing at the Palladium. So
That's all good. You've got a Wolves event coming up too, a bit of history.
Yeah, we've done a few of these now, but this is Wolves Wembley Wonders, this one. So we're talking about Wembley, 50th anniversary celebration of the 1974 League Cup winners. So,
I was just about born then, and you were but a twinkle. So it's going to be great for those who remember it, but also a brilliant little story behind the scenes for those who don't know.
Yes, yeah, they're always good nights, those, and I think there's plenty of opportunities, meet and greets and stuff like that. So have a look at that. Plenty of one-night shows as well. Dad's Army, the radio show, Shaka Khan, tribute to Shaka Khan, Tom Allen. So there's comedy, there's music, something for everybody there.
And there's it is an amazing array of shows, and I think that's again, it's an exciting brochure just to see what's going on. And you may not always know some of the names, but as soon as you see the pictures, I saw them on telly doing that thing because Tom Allen's a massive name, but sometimes some of the comedians that come round, you might see them on the likes of Taskmaster on a panel show, and it's only when you see the photo, I loved them, I need to go and see them. I think that's a case in point. Last year, there's a few shows that I came along to that it sold well, but you wouldn't necessarily have realised they were going to unless you'd done the research and picked up your brochure.
Yeah, of course. And then if we turn to this page, of course, you will recognise, I would have thought, Michael Greco from Panto in 22-23, Aladdin. He's back with 12 Angry Men. So yeah, that's good.
And but also a funny play as well as one which has got a lot of thought behind it too. Which is
I've yet to see it, but we've had it before about 10 years ago, I think. But I'm desperate to see it this time.
Okay, make sure you do.
Yes, I will. Make sure you do as well. But then we go to this page. I mean, music offering this year. I mean, Jules Holland is back
that's
with
brilliant.
the legendary Rhythm and Blues Orchestra. Although I always feel like it's New Year when
you
Jules
want to be
is
Jules is about,
yes. But then if we look right on the opposite page, I mean, we've got Leia Salonga.
Now, she is so sweet, and she's been posting all sorts of stuff on social media, and specifically for the audiences at the Grand as well. Yeah,
we've had so many personalised messages and stuff, from her, which is so fab. She's just finished in the West End in the Stephen Sondheim concert that's been there, and of course she was the original Kim in Miss Saigon, the voice of Jasmine and Mulan in the Disney film. So you're going to get to hear all of that on stage and more. It's a whole career and everything in between that she's going to be performing on the 21st of June, and I have got my ticket for that one.
You will be there.
Yes, I will be there. I can't wait. Front row of the dress circle, I think.
Spot on.
Yeah, because actually I think is that there are VIP packages available, so there should be a couple of tickets there for that. I think so. At the front of the stalls there are like VIP meet and greets, and you can watch her sound check and stuff like that. So if there are any VIP tickets,
all the stuff that only the staff we get to do, basically.
Yes, so that's a good one. So what else have we got? Frankie Goes to Bollywood.
Now, again, this is another big one, and because we need to mention now there are two covers to
collect them all.
Yeah, so depends on when, you can pick one up.
Yeah, so we're really proud to be presenting Frankie Goes to Bollywood, which is part of its inaugural UK. I was going to say UK tour, but I mean it is the start for this musical, and we couldn't decide which show we were going to put on the cover, so we thought, well, why not go for two? So there are two versions of the brochure. So you might pick up one like this with Cruella on, or you might pick up this one with Frankie Goes to Wolverhampton, it says on the front. But yeah, we're really excited for that, from the 11th to the 15th of June. So yeah, come along and see that.
Worth a little check out of that one. Have a read up.
Then we've got some offers here for the first call membership. So if you're between 8 and 15, there's plenty of offers there. 2 tickets. For example, 2 tickets to the Panto for £42 for an adult and a child. Wizard of Oz, 2 tickets for £75, which is still a great offer. Madagascar for £50, 2 tickets. So yeah, there's plenty of good deals there.
Yeah, and this is where regional theatre can really make a difference with all the massive shows we get at the Grand, and much more accessible pricing.
Of course, I mean the Wizard of Oz direct from the London Palladium, so you'd be paying at least £75 a ticket there,
and that's not for the great seats where every seat in this house is a good seat.
Yes, and you're going to get 2 of them for £75 if you're a first call member. So so definitely check that out if you know someone aged between 8 and 15. Then of course there is the 16-25 membership as well, which will be a bit later in the brochure, but we turn the page to the Mousetrap, the 70th.
And Todd Carter's amazing moustache.
Yes, look at that. Is that real? Is it not? I don't know. Try and peel it off when he gets here.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, there could be a fight.
Yeah, but it's nice to have the 70th anniversary tour of the Mousetrap. So, and it's one of those plays that I don't know. I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and I always forget who's done it because it takes that many twists and turns.
I can't remember the end. I can never remember the end.
Yeah, I can never remember the end. So even if you've seen it before, think about who did it. I bet you can't remember. And lots of people say it changes, and it never does. No, so he's always the same person. And when it happens, I go, oh yeah, it is.
For 70 years, it's been the same.
For 70 years, people have forgotten and re-remembered who it was, but then we turn the page to Unfortunate, the untold story of Ursula.
I've got the feeling you're going to love this.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this is going to be. You've got tickets for this one already. I'm going to.
Yes, I have. Yeah. So I love The Little Mermaid, but I think part of the reason why people love The Little Mermaid is because actually they love Ursula, one of the greatest villains, and similarly to what Wicked does, and sort of shows
the other side
of the villain. This is showing the other side of Ursula here, so that's really great. With Shauna Haymick from Orange Is the New Black as Ursula, and River Medway from RuPaul's Drag Race as Ariel.
And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Okay.
What else have we got? Oh, we turn the page to this.
Now, we're going to talk more about this one later on, and there is a lot of secrecy around this one even still, because this is an in-house production, and it's having had a chance to do this first one back since the pandemic.
Yes.
Is it?
Well, we had a panto.
Panto is a thing, but panto is really it's a homegrown thing every year, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah, but of course we produced Brassed Off, Ladies' Day, and the History Boys pre-COVID, and then after we came back from lockdown, we concentrated on producing the panto. But of course, the plan was always to get back to musicals and dramas in the summer months, and here we are. Finally, we've got I Love You, You're Perfect, No Change, which is the second longest running off-Broadway review in history, which, don't ask me how many years that is, but it's a long time.
Yeah.
About 40 years, something like that, I think. But we've taken it, and one of our associate artistic director, Castile, is sort of looking at it and presenting it in a way that you've never seen before.
But he's amazingly experienced in the world of theatre, isn't he? I mean,
yes.
To get him at the Grand was an absolute coup, because he'd been working in the Midlands, run some amazing venues in Birmingham, then heads off down south, and we thought that was it. He wasn't going to come back, but you tempted him back, and it's with this sort of thing that you get him here, isn't it?
Yeah, so Carl is synonymous on the fringe scene. So this is our first sort of foray into fringe theatre. So this is a fringe production. It's going to be presented on stage. So if you're going to take your seat for this show, you're not going to be sat in the auditorium. And then, of course, it will transfer to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival for 4 weeks in August. So if you do want to see this, and you live around
it's like a preview, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's an exclusive preview here in Wolverhampton, really, before this heads off to Edinburgh. And the dates are the 16th to 20th of July. So, before that goes up to Edinburgh in August, you can see it here.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to finding out more on that one.
Yes, more soon. But as we go through, Bluey for the kids. We've got, Joe Pasquale is back, so some more comedy. I Wish My Life Was Like a Musical. That's also going to be really fun. It's like a comedic musical review. And we turn over to direct from the London Palladium, The Wizard of Oz.
And this, again, unless you've seen it on stage, in the way it's presented on stage, you've not seen it either, have you? I mean,
no.
The film is one thing, and there's effects and things in the film, and it is its own piece of work. This is almost different, but the same, but still different.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yes. Yeah, and I think this is, having seen this at the London Palladium last year, this is the perfect sort of Wizard of Oz, I think, that sort of is a Wizard of Oz for today, but still honours the original.
Yeah.
I think the original now is, gosh, how old? Like, we're sort of getting on for nearly 100 years.
Yeah, it's got to be over about 90, isn't it?
About 90 years, yeah. So obviously this, I think this is the perfect celebration of the Wizard of Oz, actually. It's a Wizard of Oz that sort of embraces modern stage technology, but sort of very much has the feel of the original. So it's also with a bit of a twist as well, so I'd come and see this. Because look at the witch, like she's got purple hat, purple gloves.
Yeah.
She looks really cool. So
we're liking that.
And that is the Vivian from RuPaul's Drag Race as the Wicked Witch. So again, that's a nice spin on the role, having sort of a drag queen play the role. That's going to be fun. Then we turn to this 101 Dalmatians. So this summer is packed with.
And another of your cover stars.
Yes. Yeah, And I was lucky enough to actually zoom in to New York, where Douglas Hodge is currently, and he wrote the music and lyrics for this. He's the composer and the lyricist, and he talks to me here in this interview about how he was filming in Budapest, I think it was. Is it in Budapest? Yeah, and got a call to say, would you do the music for 101 Dalmatians? And then in a hotel with pretty much nothing but a pot and a pan, started banging together these beats, and it's now sort of a full-scale musical, which is really exciting, because actually he reveals in this that 101 Dalmatians has never been a musical before. Even the Disney film isn't a musical. You think it might be, because of course there's the Cruella de Vil song.
Yeah.
But that's only in there because he's a songwriter. There's no other music really associated with it. So for the first time ever, it's now a musical.
That's impressive. Good stuff.
Yes.
We're halfway through.
We are.
And there's loads more.
There's loads more. We've got some ballets here. The English Youth Ballet, Defying Gravity, West End Women. It's going to be really cool. That's a concert of songs from West End stars who we don't know who they are yet. They're yet to be announced. But they've got one common thing, and that's they've all been in Wicked. So yes, and then they're also singing songs from Les Mis, Mamma Mia, Waitress, and more. It says here. So wait to find out. Well, maybe don't wait to find out who it is, because they're going to be talented, whoever they are.
Yeah, but, get your tickets quickly while you still can.
Oh, indeed, selling Defying Gravity for that. So then we've got some social pages here, just what we've been up to.
Lots of celebs, lots of reviewers, and lots of fab people who've been in shows.
Beverly Knight there, look. She came to Rendezvous earlier in the year. Then, of course, we had the big press night for Bonnie and Clyde for their national tour a couple of weeks ago, so that was really fun. Some more pictures there, Matthew Bourne. So that's really cool. Then we've got a South Asian dance competition, Just Natch, which we did before in 2022 in March, but that's coming back again.
Yeah.
So go to the website, find out how you can sign yourself up if you're a dance and music act. Sign up for that.
Make the most of that. That's going to be, and it's getting to perform on the stage here, which is the good bit, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Right before Officer and Gentleman lands on stage, which is the musical, the jukebox musical based on the film.
When are we now?
We are now in September, the 23rd to the 28th of September.
So this is going to be a nice one, just as the evenings are starting to become a little darker, and a chance to see an amazing show. Because there's nothing on telly about then, is there?
No, so these will give you all those warm, nostalgic feels, I think. Then we've got Wonder Boy, which is a really exciting production from Bristol Old Vic, and it is all of the performances have captioning integrated into the story. So it's about a boy who's a superhero. He's obsessed with superheroes, and he's got a. What's the name of it? Captain Chatter, a comic book hero of his own creation. Okay. So it's all about superheroes, about using your own special powers. So that's really exciting, and as we say, integrated captioning throughout all of that. Some fabulous stuff on our Speak Up.
Well, this is more chance to get kids involved in theatre, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Lucy looking after that?
Lucy Ellen Parker, she's looking after that with the National Theatre, and we're about a year and a bit into that project with the National Theatre, going into schools and encouraging students to speak up about what matters to them in a variety of creative ways, however they want to do it. But we've got And Juliet, which is just announced. I'm really excited.
This is brilliant, isn't it?
Yes.
And again, this is something which the tour on this is something we've been waiting for to hit Wolverhampton for a good while.
Yes, I remember seeing it in the West End probably about 2 years ago, maybe longer. And I think there were rumours that it was going to go on tour then, and it has taken a while for the tour.
I remember you raving about it 2 years ago.
Yes, I absolutely loved it. So it's the story of really what happens after Romeo and Juliet. It's no surprise, it's no spoiler to say that Juliet survives in this story and then goes on to have life after Romeo. So it picks up sort of at the end of Romeo and Juliet, and it's all about what Juliet gets up to after Romeo. But it's set to a soundtrack of songs by Max Martin, so great hits in there from sort of the early noughties and sort of through to the 2010s. So there's Katy Perry in there, there's Backstreet Boys, there is Ariana Grande. There's so many songs in there.
And you learn that all these songs are actually penned by one person.
All by one person.
That's the amazing
Britney Spears. There's so much in there. It's great. So it says some of them in here. So Britney Spears, Baby One More Time, Katy Perry's Raw, Since You've Been Gone, Can't Stop the Feeling. So Really good soundtrack there.
Absolutely. And reliving your youth.
Yeah, literally. Pride and Prejudice, sort of, which we're really excited about, coming direct from the West End, which is a sort of new look on Pride and Prejudice.
Bit of comedy.
Sort of, yeah, bit of comedy. Talking of comedy, Only Fools and Horses.
The nation's favourite sitcom.
Yeah, proved by the ticket sales, you'll be struggling to get a front row ticket.
And this one comes with merch as well, doesn't it? I think you actually buy the Trotter family, basically.
Yeah, literally, yes. Yeah, they'll be millionaires by the time they finish the tour. But yeah, this is sold very, very well. Very limited availability now for that. But there are still tickets remaining. Elvis Year's a musical sing-along, if you're into your musicals, on the 29th of October.
That sounds like good fun.
That sounds really good.
You don't want to hear me sing, though, so I probably am best not attending that one, even though I'd like to.
Cirque de Magie is a magic show with Richard Cadell, of course, from the Sooty Show. But this is Richard without Sooty and being a bit more dangerous and a bit more...
he does like to play chance with these things,
yes,
doesn't
he does. It's sort of a Las Vegas spectacular here in Wolverhampton. But then, as sort of the winter really draws in, this is, I think, is probably the cosiest musical that you could come to watch. Have you seen this yet?
I haven't yet. No, Come From Away is still new to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to expect here. What should I expect here?
Well, my friend Amy went to see this on Broadway, and she got me a playbill of it, and she stuck a little note in and said, "This will become your next musical obsession." And she gave it me, and I listened to the cast recording, and it probably took about another 2 years to come to the West End, but I've seen it probably about 3 or 4 times now.
Okay. And you do like your shows, but you don't normally repeat them quite that regularly.
No, not unless there's something special, and it's one act straight through. It's about an hour and 40 minutes straight through, and it is the story of the planes that were in the air at the time of the 9/11 tragedy and were diverted to a place called Gander in Newfoundland, which was the airport where planes would stop off at to refuel, but now of course they don't really have to do that, so that airport is not abandoned, but it's not very busy, so all of the planes were diverted there, and thousands of people just descended on this tiny little town who banded together to help these thousands of people from all over the world.
The diversity brings humanity together, doesn't it? And this is... And this with great songs, and
with great songs, the whole thing is musically led, and the musicianship in this is incredible, and it's got such heart. It's really heartfelt, of course, because of the subject matter. It's not it's not light-hearted, but you come out of it feeling like you have faith in humanity when you come out of the show, so I recommend to all. But then, sort of on the total opposite scale, Musical Madness from Nativity the Musical, which is going to be presented by Bilston Operatic,
and they always do a good job. So that's going to be worth a look too, and just the right time of the year into November to remind you you've got to write Christmas cards and everything else.
Yes, and I think that is probably it before we hit. Oh no, it's not. I thought
we've
that's
got
probably
more
it before we hit. But it's not. Oh, it is. It is. It's slightly out of sync, I think, in this programme, just because the way the pages have to be. But then we do go into Panto, which is Beauty and the Beast with Tam Ryan and Ian Adams once again,
and more stars to be announced.
Cast to be announced imminently. So do look out for that. But there's a bit of a history of Panto there as well. If we do flick back, as soon as Panto finishes, we're into Blood Brothers, which.
And do we know who we've got for this one?
We don't know.
Because we're hoping there might be a local lass in there.
Yes, of course, Nikki Evans was with us last time, so it'd be nice if Nikki does come back, but we don't know who's confirmed for Mrs. Johnson.
So I've been following her closely on her Facebook timeline, because we're all Facebook friends with her, and she's absolutely lovely. Yes. But I can't tell from that what she's doing yet.
No, neither do we. We're waiting to hear, but we've been blessed with multiple excellent Mrs. Johnsons throughout the year. So whoever it is, I know that's going to be a good show. Queens are back. The Drag Me to the Disco this time. It was Queens, the show with balls before, but now this is their new show on the road. Then let's have a look.
And all these are great Christmas presents, because you can buy them now and then pop them away, and you've got them all ready for January.
Yeah. And then of course Rendezvous is back.
Now, I've got to get to that this year. I couldn't actually get. I was working the night it was on last year. So this year just gone.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get here.
And I was working too, but fortunately working here, so I did get to see a bit of it. sort of watching the audiences swaying in their thousands to come and support this.
Well, they know what amazing night they're going to get. They didn't know they were going to get Beverly Knight.
They did not know. No, neither did we really. She came to watch and then sort of, shall I take the mic? Yeah. So Beverly Knight.
She works so well with Carl and the team from Project 21.
She does. Yeah. So they're an excellent band, and the singers are all incredible. So they're all back for another night of soul, Motown, and disco. But even if they were to repeat what they did, people would come back again and again. And I think that we will hear some of the same hits, but some new ones too. So we're excited for that. So, and I know a lot of people wanted to come back and watch it again the next week. So tickets are flying.
Carl McGregor, absolute legend. Project 21. If ever you get a chance to see them, this is the place to see them though, because they are just phenomenal. Yeah. Okay. Last time I had a chance to see them, I was with 30,000 other people in West Park in Wolverhampton, because they did the promotion party for Wolves back in 2018.
Wow.
And we had Beverly down there for that one, and that was such a good time. But the band, it can play to an audience of 1,200 here, 30,000 in a park, and you always get an amazing show.
Yeah, really excited for that one. And then almost at the end now, but of course we are into February and March of 2025. But Hairspray is coming back with some great casting, which unfortunately didn't make it into the brochure because we got the casting about a week after we sent this to print. But Brenda Edwards, who starred in it previously as Motormouth Maybelle, is now directing this tour.
But she's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
And she knows the show.
And she knows this show. So I know that this is going to be bigger and better than ever with Brenda at the helm. And she has personally chosen... she personally auditioned the Motormouth Maybelle for this show, so you know that if Brenda has picked her, she's going to be phenomenal. So that's really exciting. And then we also have Joanne Clifton as Velma Von Tussle, and Declan Egan, who has been here in Jersey Boys, as Courtney Collins. So that's really exciting as well to have some nice people come back. And then of course Inspector Calls comes around every couple of years and is filled with schools audiences in the matinees. But even if you're not a school, it's still such an interesting play, another whodunit, really.
Well, and I do love a good whodunit as well.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I think it works nicely on stage too.
Yeah, it does. This is a spectacular production.
I think that's all part of the joys of these things, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And then I think we're on the final two shows in the brochure. WeBoss presenting. They always do something very, very different the year after. So of course they're just about to do Phantom of the Opera's Love Never Dies, but next year they're doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory the musical. So such a contrast there.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, and then shortly after we have the first ever UK tour of Dear Evan Hansen.
And again another one which people will have seen in the West End and possibly around the world, and has got a hype which again is truly deserved by the show, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And I mean, it took Broadway by storm with the original Ben Platt, obviously, and sort of has done the film as well. But really, with this show, I think it's about the music by Benj Pasek and Justin Paul, who did the music for The Greatest Showman film. So the music is really good in this, second to none. So there's some great songs in it, and we're really looking forward to presenting that in March and April next year, and that is the thing. The brochure, complete.
Yeah, and we've talked through it. You've now got to read the rest of it. That's the thing.
Yes,
you need to grab your copy.
So much more in there.
Yeah, the spotlight bins are located around the Grand. You've got a choice of covers, and two per household wouldn't hurt. But choose which one's your favourite and take that with you. But you'll find the big uprights. You can grab your copy from there. Hopefully you're on the mailing list and you've had one in the post already, if that's your thing. It's absolutely worth a read. And it's always good catching up with you, Scott. Thank you for letting me into the place to have a bit of a natter, and we look forward to the next few shows as we head through into towards the lighter nights. So you leave the theatre and you're still in daylight. That's always good, isn't it?
Yeah, can't wait for that.
That's going to be good.
And now I better get back to putting all of these away behind me.
Reminds me of a paper boy when you were about 12.
I never had a paper round, so I'm doing my duty now.
That's it. grandtheatre.co.uk if you want to check out anything we've talked about and you haven't got your brochure yet, or give the box office a call on 01902 429212. But make sure you get your copy of Spotlight and find out what's happening down here at the Grand. As ever, Scott Bird, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, with the London Marathon on the way, there are many people running for many very worthy causes. One of those causes that I know somebody who's running for is the charity Tenovus. They are looking after those who are suffering from cancer and working on research. To tell us more about exactly what's going on and about the charity itself, I'm now joined by Rebecca Edmonds. Hello.
Hi there, Jason. Thanks so much for having me. Yeah, the London Marathon is such a great event. It's one of the largest annual charity fundraising events that happens every year. So we're very thrilled that we've got 30 runners taking on the marathon for us this year. As you mentioned, you do know one of our runners, Jess, who is running the marathon this year with her dad, Tristan, which is great. Like I say, Tenovus Cancer Care, we support anyone affected by cancer. The London Marathon raises so much money for us every year. So it's a great event for people to get involved with, to support charities, and like I say, to support people affected by cancer all throughout the country.
Absolutely. And you say you got people from all over running. Now, the Tenovus charity itself, now I've seen charity shops when I've been in Wales, but you're actually based in Wales, but so you're looking after people across the UK?
Yes, we do. So we do actually have charity shops in England as well. So we have 56 shops in England and Wales. So I believe the closest Tenovus shop to you is Kings Winford. So there's a Tenovus shop all throughout the country, and they again raise lots of money to support thousands of people in England and Wales affected by cancer. One of the services the charity has is a support line, which is available for anyone affected by cancer, whether you're in England, Wales, Scotland. We also get international calls as well, so we're able to support anyone who's affected.
And what sort of support is there out there through yourselves? Because obviously people often need advice. There'll be support services which aren't necessarily available via the NHS. Is this where you guys come in?
Yeah, we do quite a lot of services. Like I say, one of our biggest is our support line, which is available on 0808 808 1010. That's available for anyone to ask questions to professionally NHS trained nurses. They know all things on cancer, so they can offer support to anyone. We also have benefits advisors. So obviously the cost of living crisis at the moment, a lot of people are in need of financial support. So we are able to offer that support as well. We also have mobile treatment units, which travel around Wales to rural parts of communities, offering chemotherapy treatments to people so they don't have to travel as far to hospitals. We also have Sing With Us choirs, which are for anyone affected by cancer to go along every week and sing. Singing is actually proven to be very good for your health. So they're really great groups and offer support to a lot of people every week.
And we just before we started having a chat here, we were talking about where the name Tenovus came from. And I love this part of the story. Tell us more.
So Tenovus was actually set up just over 80 years ago. The charity was originally started by 10 businessmen in Cardiff. So 10 businessmen, 10 of us. So yeah, lovely fitting name. The charity's always tried to support people in local communities, and that's still very much at the heart of what we do, is trying to support communities up and down the country and make sure people have got the support that they need.
It is obviously a difficult area for many people. We know that like 50% of people will suffer from cancer in their lifetimes. Fortunately, these days, there is such a much better prognosis than we've seen 80 years ago when these businessmen got together and decided to form the charity. But still more work needs to be done, and there's still more help that people need out there.
Yeah, definitely. And, the impact of COVID really had such a massive impact on the cancer statistics at the moment. There's so many people who went through COVID without being diagnosed. And recent stats have actually shown that the cases are increasing, which is obviously not in the direction we want things to be going. So there are more and more people needing our support out there. At the moment, we do support 10% of people diagnosed with cancer in Wales. So, we hope to grow that figure and continue to push our services to as many people who need them as possible.
Absolutely. And so with our local runner, Jess Cornell, taking part, if you want us to help her get towards her target, I know she's aiming to raise at least £2,000. And you can actually donate by going to Tenovus Cancer Care. That's TENOVUS cancercare.nhs.uk. enthuse, ENTHUSE.com, stick a / then a PF, then a / then Jessica Cornell, and that's CORNELL, and you can pop along there and pledge for her completing the run. Just chuck some money in however you want to do it, and you can also find out more about the work that the charity does through your own website as well.
Yeah, definitely. And we just want to say a huge thank you to Jess and her dad Tristan, who is running. Tristan actually ran for the charity back in 1996, so it's really lovely that they're able to do the run together this year for the charity again. And just, good luck to all of our runners who are taking on the marathon in a few weeks' time. We're so thankful to everyone, and we're really looking forward to going along on the day and supporting. And thank you to everyone who donates to our runners as well and helps us to raise so much money.
Mm-hmm. And it's vital work that you're doing, helping people through the most difficult of times, and families appreciating that support, and obviously in this case giving something back by doing a mad thing of running near 20 odd miles around the capital of the UK.
Yeah, definitely. The runs go on to support thousands of people affected by cancer. Like I say, London Marathon for us raises over £60,000 every year. So, it's such a huge figure, and that wouldn't be possible to support all those people without events like that and runners like Jess. So, a huge thank you to everyone.
Yeah, tenovuscancercare.org.uk. And that's where you can find out all the details, including that helpline, should you need assistance. You can also donate there. Look out for the charity shops. If we're in Kings Winford, nip along, spend a bit in the charity shop, or donate something, as you may be able to. And as I do, whenever I'm in Wales on holidays and the like, I always nip in and see if there's something I'll pick up in the shop as well, which is always good to do. Whether if we can't get to Kings Winford, but we happen to be in, Barmouth or Llandudno, somewhere like that.
We've got some, I'm trying to think where they are all together, all across the country. In terms of Welsh seaside towns, you've got Bala, Barmouth, Llangollen up in North Wales. So, if you're ever across visiting in Wales on a holiday, a lot of the seaside towns have got Tenovus Cancer Care shops. And we do also have an online shop available now as well. So you are able to support from home too.
Well, you can shop and help others, or sponsor Jess on a run, and whatever you can do, however you can do it, get involved. Becky Edmonds from Tenovus Cancer Care, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Jason, and thank you so much again, and good luck to all our London Marathon runners.
That's a lot for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Back with episode 773 next week. And here's a hint for you. It contains Lucy Porter talking about spicy food. That's all on the way then. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Ta-ra for now.
Goodbye from the milk bar. 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 Yeah. Goodbye from the milk bar.